Welcome back. You are watching Breakfast at Dawn. I'm Aisha Alam Khan. We've got Maheen Kardar with us. Sorry, I forgot about the whole intro thing that I have to do. Maheen, we've been talking about your professional life, and yes, it's very exciting. There's lots of things happening, and of course, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
But on a personal level, you work with your husband.
Yes, I do.
Oh my God.
I don't recommend it.
How do you manage that? Because, it's like you can't help but bring your work back home.
No, I really don't recommend it. Saad and I are both very, very hot-headed and very stubborn and very sort of set in our ways. And we're both control freaks, and we are. The difference between both of us is I'm very good at switching off. Okay. So I can walk out and not think about it till the next morning. And Saad is
he's going to come home and
is a fast bucket.
He glare at you over the dinner table.
It just never ends, from day to up. Now that we're at a point like last night, he's like, let's go out for dinner. And I was like, we will not talk about work. There's a ban on talking about Fashion Week, about work. But it's extremely difficult. It's every day is a balance, and it's especially when both of you are very into what you do.
But was he always into fashion, or was this something that you both started together? Or?
Saad is not into fashion at all. Saad is, in fact, he's a LUMS MBA grad, and so he's your typical businessman.
Okay.
And I started Karma in 2000, and Saad sort of joined in and took it to a corporate level in 2003.
So he had to basically structure the whole
thing and manage the whole the business side of it, and we make fun of ourselves because I always say that I feel like I've done an MBA for free, living with you. But he's a tough boss. But having said that, he's a pleasure to work with. But working with your spouse, extremely difficult. Only under dire circumstances.
It is a tough one.
Otherwise, throw out the BlackBerry the minute you walk into the house.
But do you think that there would ever be a time, because I remember there was another couple that I spoke to as well, and they had actually come to a point in their careers. Again, they had a joint business, and they finally said, you know what, this is not worth it, and I think it's time perhaps that you should go off and do your thing and I'll do my thing, and let's just keep it at that. Do you think, if it ever comes to that, would that be a choice that you guys would consider? Has it been something that you've ever talked about, or you don't even go down that road right now?
No, it is something that we've talked about very clearly, that because he wants to do many other things apart from Karma also. So his aim is that I've given it the 5 years to bring it into a corporate structure, to open the retail stores, to put that all on a mainstream line. And as soon as I'm done with that, and it is something that can function on its own, he wants to appoint a CEO and move on and do something else.
Okay.
So that we've always been
take it and run with it, baby. Now
absolutely,
it's yours.
That's something that we've been very clear about. But keeping in mind what a big control freak he is, I don't know if he's ever going to get around to doing that. But
Honey, remember the plan, the original plan? So when are you going to get back to doing your own thing? All right, but I mean, hats off to you, because I know it cannot be easy, because when both spouses are in the same business, I can't even imagine, the dinner table at night and the glares and whatever. Oh my gosh!
It's a tough line to walk, but
and you walk it very well though.
Thank you.
You guys have done a brilliant job of it. Speaking of your husband and his plans for the future, what are the growth plans for Karma?
Well, this is a big year for us. This is the 10th year that Karma has been in business, and it marks a decade of us being around. And in the last year and a half, we've opened 3 new Karma Pink stores throughout the country. We're opening a new one in Y Block Defense in another 2 months. So more Karma Pink stores.
Why
to look
Karma?
forward to.
Why did the name Karma come up?
Well, when we started Karma in 2000, Kami and I were working together. So Karma was a good amalgamation of both our names.
Okay, I just assumed that it was from the word karma, and there was this was like a.
It was Maheen Kardar and Kamya Rukni. So we had a lot of very similar letters and words in both our names, and we were both big believers in karma. Goes around, comes around.
Yes.
So it seemed like and it's a really funny story, because Hassan Shariar is the one who named us. We were sitting in my bedroom one evening thinking, how we're starting this label, what should we do? And he said, I think you should call it Karma, because keeping your names in mind and what both of you are like. So that's how it came
But you
about.
kept the name. Once Kami moved on, you kept the name.
I did, yes.
Was that a very conscious decision, or was it something that because you came up with the idea first, therefore you got to keep it?
No, when we separated, Kami basically went on to start his own label, which was under his name. And we had spent so much time, effort and money in creating the brand equity of Karma. So, you know, there was, and I get asked this a lot, that, you know, when the split happened, did it make a difference? Did people come in and say this and that? And it didn't, which was very surprising even to me on a personal level. But that's when I realized that we had actually succeeded in making a brand name, and people, you know, were not coming in for individuals, but they were coming in for the brand itself.
Well, well done, well done. Great job.
Thank you.
We're going to take a very short break, and then we'll be right back after this. You're watching Breakfast at Dawn.